If they come ask for their money, just tell them that you will do the work for them. The amount of loan you cannot pay back. There's no chance that you pay back. I promise. You see what is coming. Now, so they go explain them to you. Listen to the guy and believe that this is actually after their meeting, federal executive meeting in Nigeria.
39 items on the agenda, and all of them have been taken. I will take the first one by talking about the very much anticipated information about the new minimum wage. I've been asked questions before the beginning of the Federal Executive Council meeting today on what is going to happen, whether the federal government will have a position, a final position on the new national minimum wage. We want to state that, of course, there was a report by the tripartite committee set up by Mr. President involving the government, meaning government, local government, and the state governments on one side, on another, the organized private sector, and on the third leg, the organized labor, TUC, NLC, and their affiliate bodies. Now, these three make up the, as you know, the tripartite committee that negotiated the new national minimum wage. Recall what has happened, that two members of the tripartite committee, meaning the organized private sector and the government representatives, reached an agreement which they forwarded to Mr. President. Of course, you know that the organized labor had an objection to that, but consistent with the way it should be done, the tripartite committee has submitted its report first to Mr. President, and then there was a memo to discuss that at the Federal Executive Council meeting. I want to inform Nigerians here that the Federal Executive Council deliberated on that, and the decision is that because the new national minimum wage is not just that of the federal government, it is an issue that involves the federal government, the state governments, local governments, and the organized private sector, and of course including the organized labor. That memo was stepped down to enable Mr. President to consult further, especially with the state governors and the organized private sector, before he makes a presentation to the National Assembly, before an executive bill is presented to the National Assembly. So I want to state that on the new national minimum wage, Mr. President is going to consult further so that he can have an informed position, because the new national minimum wage, like I said, is not just an issue of the federal government. It affects the state governments, it affects the local governments, it also affects the organized private sector. And that is why it is called national minimum wage. It's not just an affair of the federal government. So, Mr. President is going to, he has studied the report and he's going to consult wider before a final submission is being made to the National Assembly. I feel that we should make that known, make Nigerians to know that position, because there's this intense anticipation, especially the newspapers today are reporting that a memo is likely going to be discussed on the new national minimum wage. So it is imperative that we let you know that.
If
Tinubu wins, all of you are going into John. That is God has spoken. bí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí náà ni kẹ́ ṣe jù live
Just let
bẹ́ẹ̀
it go live. Let it go live as spoken.
bí mo ṣe sọ yìí.
Just the way I've said it.
jẹ́ ń sọ lóyìnbó kọ́ lè mọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń
Let me
sọ.
say it in English so that they will
sọ
understand.
Yorùbá ẹ̀ kí mo sọ Yorùbá ẹ̀.
Okay, sir.
If Nigerians vote for APC,
Ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó bá dìbò fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú
Nigeria will
APC.
sink.
Kódà
We
Nàìjíríà yóò wọ inú
will
ìrà.
swallow in poverty,
A ó
and
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní
the
wẹ̀
economy
nínú
will be in
òṣì.
shambles.
Kódà ọrọ̀ ajé wa yóò lọlẹ̀ sí i.
If the government of APC continues,
Tí ìjọba APC bá tẹ̀síwájú.
Nigeria will suffer extraordinary.
Kódà ìyà orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yóò wà ní ìlọ́po.
ìyà orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Because people suffer from what is called the Stockholm Syndrome. Let me give you some timelines here. Okay. So when they wanted to increase the salaries of the judges by over 200%, they didn't put together a committee tripartite. When they wanted to increase the salaries of the political appointees, including Tinubu, by over 400%, they didn't need any tripartite. In fact, it was boom, approved, released, approved, released. When it comes to you, the workers, it has been back, forth, and that's how they'll do it. And then by next year, when they begin to talk about 2027, Tinubu will now write it in his campaign, new minimum wage. Suddenly, they won't need tripartite or anything anymore. And there are some moves that will still buy their lies. Listen to me, I'm not ruling out the fact that nobody, okay, I don't think the word nobody voted for Tinubu. No. Tinubu did not win any election to be the president of Nigeria. He's an illegitimate president. Okay? He knows it. And that's more reason why Nigeria will sink further. Because the rest of the world knows it too. Okay? So yes, according to them, ladies and gentlemen, they still need to consult more. It's a national minimum wage. It's not federal government. That's the guy talking to you like he's talking to a 5-year-old kid. Because that's how they possibly see Nigerians. See, let me tell you something. The decision cannot be taken like that. We are talking about something that is the private sector, public sector, this one sector, that one sector, NLC, TUC, MLC, OLUSC, and all of the CCCCs. We need to consult widely. They are buying time. Here is another one. The student loan. I read it somewhere yesterday that Tinubu has approved 35 billion for student loan. They quickly dropped that somewhere, and I was like, oh. So people are going to use that later and say, yes, now, even Tinubu paid 35 billion. If it's not worse today, right? The level at which these people are so degenerate, I mean, this degenerates, the way the level of their, their criminality. I'll use that. I prefer that. The level of their criminality is second to none. They will tell you electricity has improved. Tinubu has defeated Boko Haram. Now more farmers are going to the farm. Nigeria Naira is now stable. People are no longer queuing for petrol. See, more people now have jobs. They will say them to you and say, what do you want? He's done his best. What they look like? Sorry, bros. Are you talking about Nigeria or somewhere else? Because I don't understand again. Yes, now. All of you enemies of Nigeria, you will not see it now. You will not see it. Because you hate Tinubu. That is why you will not see all the good things he's been doing. Yes, now, in my own area, we have been having electricity. All the roads in my area, fix them. You are talking about Fulani this, Fulani that. In my area, there are farmers there, every farm everywhere. But search for the name of that mofo. You will see a professional accursed online beggar, begging for money, begging for giveaway, begging for this. Remember me, oh Lord. Father, Lord, I pray to you today. But he's the person that will come on social media and tell you that the reason why you are not seeing what Tinubu has done is because you hate Nigeria. You can tell, suffering and smiling, giddy on you. But they will tell you, they will say it to your face. The reason why you can't see all the good things Tinubu is doing. Yeah? Everybody is complaining. Food is expensive. Food is expensive because they cannot, instead of them to just go to the back of the house and plant yam and plant gari and plant all of that, they will not get anything when you plant. But he's on social media telling you. I used to be like all these people. But see, yes, sir, the moment I started my small farm, now I don't complain about food. I don't complain about expensive anything. You don't know. Now, they are everywhere. You will see them soon. The reason why you are not seeing what Tinubu is doing is because you don't like him. Some of them came here and said that, why don't you see anything good about Nigeria? I said that, do you know that it is actually free to open a YouTube and Facebook channels? You could actually be the missing link. Maybe I am blind and all of these people are blind. Everyone here is blind. And maybe now only you supposed to open our eyes, open a YouTube channel and start showing us all of the good things that we are so blind to see. And that's what the contraption has become. Salary, they don't go pay. So I saw this, what do you call this? Our booth. Abia State University Teaching Hospital staff protesting unpaid arrears. And guess what? These ones they are protesting the 24 years of people destroying people in Abia State. But guess who is there now clearing that for them? That Alex Sotti. And it's always going to make the news in case if you have seen it. Some of these people are owed salaries and so many other, their own illegal entitlements from as far back as 2010, 2015, 2020. And if there's any better time to kind of show the world that they haven't paid also, it will be this time that almost everybody is talking nice about Alex Sotti. I hope he sees this. Go pay them if you can. Oh.
Passing over, oh, declare us, oh, declare us, oh, declare
solidarity forever. You go know say, solidar. So they're asking him to pay the arrears that the past government, the Abia State, their family business too, right? They're asking OT to pay, and they should pay. Here I am. So the man that told us not to die in their war has few words for us again. Dele Parotimi.
Insanity, quote and unquote, is actually an act of defiance in the face of the sickening acceptance of the abnormalities that you have already normalized. When are you going to listen to the madmen in your midst? Those who are calling you to action, trying to get you to understand that you have failed woefully at the task of building the future. The numbers of those who would dare to disagree with the society that we have built are few and far between. We have become acculturated to madness. And the person who draws attention to the madness is the person who is deemed insane. But when will you listen to the madmen in our midst? There are a lot of madmen who are speaking at variance with the standards that you have all set for yourselves as a society. The Yorubas will say that, bí mo bá sọ fún yín, wípé náà ń jó lórí omi, ṣe ni kẹ́ ẹ ní kí n kérú ẹ̀ wá. If I said to you that there is a fire atop the waters, demand its ashes of me. Insanity, quote unquote.
Listen to the madmen among you. At least let's agree that all of you, one Nigerianist. For example, let's assume that all of you are sane. You are okay. Those of us who have mentally disconnected from anything called one Nigeria, let's assume that we are insane, we demand. Now, you've been listening to yourselves for so long as sane people. See what a mess you've made your life, or they've made your lives. And then us, where you talk, say, probably we don't know what we are talking about. We're asking you to try something you've never tried before. Something that the criminals in charge of Nigeria have always wanted you to believe that don't try it. We are saying, try it. Let's try it. Who knows? Maybe if you just listen to us for once, just once, just this once. You've listened to these criminals many times. They have dished you the worst part of the deals. They've dished us the worst of the worst. Okay? We have been victims of a failed country from failed governments, right? Just listen to us for once. Let's agree to peacefully break up this contraption. Just for once. You've listened to them repeatedly. Every one of them has told you that give it time. It takes time to build a country. Our people is the problem. Kinekon is the problem. Everyone has been able to point to all the problems for you. I am not just pointing at the problems. I'm giving you the solution. Would you listen to us for once? Just once. What do you have to lose? Now, we don't hear say they plant bomb. On top of political matter, local government matter, public money that they are sharing, on top public money, people don't plant bomb here and there. In Rivers State, so Fubara, who is fighting his own godfather, due to the disagreements around sharing formula, the people are going to become the victims of all these goes, by the way, right? We will need bomb. Bomb. That is why, if you can break the entire contraption, you will loosen the connection that is charging them from north to the east, to the west, to the south, to everywhere across the country, where these criminals have they don't have any ethnic, they don't have any tribe, they don't have any religion. They actually have nothing. But they are of the same tribe, of the same voice, but from different parts of Nigeria. They are united in dealing with us. Break it up and save lives. But listen to Fubara. He is there telling the people visiting him that, they're trying to bomb so place in this state, Port Harcourt. But we thank God say he failed. I swear. Hear am. Kilo de kilo to far bomb.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, I don't like going into this issue of peace, problem. But because the chairman of this committee has mentioned it, I would like to say a few things so that the record will be straight and correct. Whatever situation we find ourselves today in this state, you all know the cause of it. Where on earth can tenure of a local government chairman be elongated? You were a former governor. Was it tried in your time? Even those of you that are senators here, even in your own state, is it that the constitution that governs Nigeria is different from the one that operates in River State? Those are the questions, very pertinent questions we should ask. Why should it be that when it comes to the case of River State, the law is always silent? Is just that there is somebody bigger than Nigeria? That is the question I want you to go with. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, I know everything that is happening. Yesterday, while they are aware that you were here, there was an attempt to create heavy problem. In fact, there was a plan to dynamite the presidential hotel because you people were there. But this God that we serve, it happened that the man who was trying to do it, it happened just a few seconds as blowed his hand off. It happened in front of. The idea was when you are hearing state of emergency, is so that by the time they finish, but when people are sitting tomorrow, they will say somebody from this state who called you people to tell you not to come will now raise issue of state of emergency. After all, distinguished colleagues, when people went to Rivers, they saw what happened. But you see, when you are with God, even your own child, when you are planning evil, will go and tell somebody, look, God, look, that man, because that man is clean, this is what my father is planning. That is what is keeping us in this state. I tell you, we know everything that is happening. And you know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. We should be bold enough to look at the face of people and tell them the truth. I'm not fighting anybody. If I'm fighting, people will know that I'm fighting. My pattern will change. What we're doing is to defend ourselves. So far, it's defending ourselves. We can't just fold our hands. It's only a tree that will be standing and somebody will come out to chop him off. No, it doesn't happen as a human being. Once you know that danger is coming, you shift. So what we're doing is just to protect ourselves. So please, distinguished senator, I'm not fighting anybody. Somebody thinks or some people feel they own life. I don't own life. The person who owns life is God. What we're doing here is to serve the people of River State because God has given us this opportunity. It doesn't matter the channel the opportunity came from. But the most important thing is God. And nobody takes the place of God in anything. I can also say it here that in this Federal Republic of Nigeria, I don't think there is any governor that can take 10% of what I've tolerated in this state. Nobody. I'm the only governor that local government chairman will come and abuse. I'm the only governor. Let me not use unguarded words here. If not, you see, you know it. You see it in the social media. I take them in. What is the reason? Because I know that my people are not looking at. People at the end of the day will not look at the fight. What they are going to look at, what they do achieve, and I know that all those things are distraction. So I need to focus on the ball. Make sure that no matter how tight, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging the situation is, I must deliver to the people of River State.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming.
I want to go to Australia. Okay. I am still here, unfortunately. So Fubara is playing the good guy. Indeed, I am the good guy. None of you here can tolerate what I have tolerated. It is only a tree that will stand and somebody will come and they will chop it off. Really? Where Wiki made him governor, and a lot of them who are actually fighting themselves. Don't ever forget that. But it won't bomb. Do you know they want to bomb the presidential hotel in Port Harcourt? If I was one of the guys, the senators, I could just be like, hey, I need to get out of this place. Heavenly Father, come and get me out of this place in Jesus' name. You don't see the 80s where they shout, Jesus. You go see, if I be one of them, I could just be like, hey, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus. You see, the moment we leave Port Harcourt like this, I go say, hey, me, in my life, laye me, don't ever bring me to Port Harcourt. Rivers. Kilo for bomb, kill you. But that's what he just said casually like that. There is no investigation. There is no evidence